Gringos en Buenos Aires.
Gringos en Buenos Aires.
Welcome to another dose of the Gringos in Buenos Aires podcast, the podcast that brings expat life to you. I'm your host with the most, Paul Perry, and I'm here with a special guest, Kamal Shaw, originally from the Big Apple, now a citizen of the world. Welcome, Kamal.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right, man. How you doing?
All right.
Like I said, welcome to the show. And what brought you to BA?
Wow, that's a really long story. Actually, I came to BA to escape another country.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, which country is that?
I can't. Wow, this seems to be kind of a catching thing.
Yeah. It happened to me too. I lived in Brazil for a couple of years. I was there for a while, and either stay there and die, or you get out and live.
Yeah. So I chose not to stay and die. First place I lived in Salvador, and then I spent a couple weeks in Sao Paulo, right? And originally the plan was to go to Indonesia. Got connected with a family in Bali. Everything was straight. And I thought to myself, you know what? At the time that I left, I was like, okay, let me take a detour. All right, like let me take like a 2-week detour. My thinking was, I have to see Carnival in Brazil because at some point I will end up in a relationship, and my thing is that no self-respecting woman would allow me to be in a relationship and go to Carnival by myself. Right, so get that out the way. And then ended up more or less getting stranded in Brazil, and I was like, okay, I'm in South America because I never imagined me. Prior to 2011, I never imagined I would ever see South America. So let me try to make the best out of a bad situation. Let me just go explore the place. So spent my 7 months in Brazil, and then what ended up happening was that I stayed past my visa. Right? But you see, the thing is, I'd already had like 5 different incidents with the police. And so Brazil has spooked me. I was like, okay, no one told me Brazil was crazy. I didn't know they were that form of crazy, right? Spent time in Uruguay. Now, Uruguay, I was like, okay, this is nice, but it's digging into my pockets, right?
Expensive.
It's expensive, right? And so everyone was telling me, well, if this is expensive to you, because I'm basically just drifting and everything, if this is expensive to you, then you should go to Buenos Aires. And I was like, man, do I really want to go to Buenos Aires? Like, I'm here in Uruguay, everything's chill. It's still chill because almost nothing happens in Uruguay.
Right.
You know? And I was like, do I have to go? The popular conception that's been taught to me from time I was young, right? From time I was young, it's like, oh, Argentina's racist, blah, 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 right? So my thing was I was never, ever going to come to this country, right? Never, ever. But
Because you heard it was racist?
yes, before I got here. Now I turn on the TV, right? First thing I see right before I come to Argentina, I see El Monumental on fire.
Monumental, the stadium.
Yeah. So River Plate burns down their stadium the day before I arrive in Argentina. So imagine what's in my mind. That, okay,
Yeah.
you're heading to this racist country. These people are crazy. They're burning down their stadium. Okay, the night before you're set to arrive. All right, so already I'm like, oh, boy.
They're gonna love me.
Yeah, exactly. So my mission at the time was like, okay, when I get to Buenos Aires, if these people treat me messed up, I'm telling all my friends. I'm telling everybody, stay the hell away from this country. If I see any racism, I'm letting everybody know, right? So I take the buque bus. So I remember coming into the port. You know, it's like airport, aduanas, okay, but everything's fine. And I'm like, okay, where's the racism? Where's racism? Right? And then the whole time I'm running this internal monologue because it's kind of like when you watch science fiction movies and the android has that reticle. That reticle, you can see all the numbers. That's how I was thinking. I was like, okay, I have scopes on everything, right? And then taxi pulls up, right? Taxi pulls up, and the guy say, "Hey, where you going?" He started off in Spanish, but of course, people figure out very quickly I'm a gringo. And then Literally from the moment I got into the taxi, my experience in Argentina was the complete opposite of what I've been told all my life. Yeah, complete opposite. Like mind blowing. And everyone was super friendly to me. Like I had like the greatest time, you know? And that was something that stuck with me, you know, like it stuck with me for a very, very long time, you know, and I left the country 13 years ago. And
How long were you here when you got here? How long?
I was here for a year.
For a year.
So yeah.
After that first cab ride.
After that first cab ride. Thinking my thought was that, okay, I'll spend like 2 weeks in Argentina, then I'll go back to Brazil, and then maybe I'll figure some way to get back on track.
Why the hell would you go back to Brazil?
Brazil has its own form of intoxication.